Shannon, do you love Skip? Cause he lonely, and you never, never leave. Cause you're lonely, and he's lonely. All on the show, all by himself. Skippy, are you lonely? You did Shannon. You said he wasn't the best. Now you're looking a hot mess. Skip, get off Twitter. Yo, yo, what's going on? What's up, young scholars? This your boy, the extra large professor from Dad Cypher. Now, normally I hit you guys up with some fatherhood stuff, but I have to switch it up today. First and foremost, um, let's send a prayers up for the young brother Hamlin. If you didn't watch last night, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills game was rightfully postponed because young Damar Hamlin suffered cardiac arrest, a very serious, something that we have never seen before in professional sports. And, you know, last night as I'm watching this and I'm watching this atrocity, this horrific event take place, I happen to scroll on Twitter and I read Skip comments, and you can check it out on Twitter, where he is basically concerned or really have major concern about how would the NFL continue with a game of this magnitude. And he said, like, it makes the rest of this seem irrelevant. Now, don't get me wrong, he did put the irrelevant statement out there, like, but for the most part, people are like, why is the game so important? And that sort of thing. And I think when I look at Skip, other sport commentators, we could give the benefit of the doubt, but to Skip Bayless, we cannot, because of his history of disrespect towards athletes, black athletes, that for the most part he has looked at as commodities. He has come down harshly on LeBron James, harshly on Kyrie Irving, harshly on a number of NFL and NBA players, and he's been disrespectful. The most recent one is with his Hall of Fame co-host Shannon Sharpe, in which he said that he was jealous, that Sharpe was jealous of Tom Brady's career, even though Sharpe rightfully condemned Tom Brady for his poor play. So he gets on there now, and people are really giving Skip hell, and rightfully so, by saying, well, why are you more concerned about a game than it's about this young man's life? And so Shannon made me the proudest that I've ever been proud of. The fact that he decided that he was not going to be the token black guy, or he was not going to be the Uncle Tom that stands by the side of the man when he makes a disrespectful comment. So I'm going to connect this for the most part to mental health. For those who don't understand, oftentimes when white people or get caught up in racial discourse, so they say some racially insensitive stuff, we could look down the list like Paula Dean or whatever, they always call on the quote unquote token black guy to stand in and vouch for him. It's kind of like Dr. Dre vouching for Eminem, like, hey, come on in, that sort of thing. But on this scale, they always look for this sort of black guy to step in and say, hey, well, this guy is not as bad, or he was naive, or he didn't know that. And you know what? For the most part, I want to tell you three different things that does. First and foremost, it places you as the black person that's in that position, it places us in that sunken place. And when I say sunken place, what I mean is what Du Bois would call double consciousness, where you're feeling like, am I African, or am I African and American? I haven't been considered either one. And so when you are in that sunken place, you're kind of like, do I defend him Or do I run the risk of being perceived as a sellout because I know this guy has said some outrageous things and disrespectful things to fellow athletes and people that look like myself, and he hasn't shown any sort of grace to many Black athletes that he constantly condemns. Next, the next thing you deal with this whole idea of, do I feel like the Uncle Tom or the token? No one wants to feel like they're being used to sort of deflect the heat off of someone, especially when this guy has been known for making outrageous comments with athletes. You can go all the way back to his ESPN days. Look at his conflict with Jalen Rose. You can look at those sort of things, and he has been able to sort of deflect by using the quote unquote token Black guy. And it causes a lot of mental strain for those who place themselves in that position. Last but not least, it's the mental toll and anxiety and depression that one experiences as a person of color when you feel like your job is forcing you to be their racial confession booth. Or, hey, I'm that Black designated Black friend to deflect the heat that's coming from you. I would say I'm very proud of what Shannon has done. I think he needs to be commended for stepping back and allowing Skip to take heat. I was disappointed with Skip's apology on Undisputed because it was a whole lot of we statements, but not enough I statements to simply say I was wrong. I should have valued a young man's life over the game. And he didn't do that. So as we watch sports and we watch entertainment, we have to always be mindful that these people are human beings. And also, if you or someone who got caught up saying some racially insensitive stuff, please do not call your fellow person of color to be that stand-in token. It causes a lot of mental strain on us. That being said, this is the Ex-Laws Professor, Dad Cypher. Make sure you always, if you're a dad out there, make sure you're taking care of your mental health and that sort of thing. Hit me up in the DMs if you want more tips. This is the Ex-Laws Professor. I'm out. Skippy, are you lonely?